Oh, there you are. Thank you for joining me again. Today I'm doing a reading for you called What's Coming Next in Your Love Life? What's next in your love life? Would you really like to know? Which pack should we use? No theme tunes, no credits. Let's try the blue one. It's really old, tatty old cards, done thousands of readings. It's a pick a card reading, as I'm sure you know if you're my regulars. If you're not, please subscribe to my channel. It's pick a card reading. It's timeless, which means you'll find it when the spirit guide want you to. It could be today, it could be next year. It will apply from the day you find it. So we're going to do 4 stacks of cards. These have been shuffled already, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. My name's David Charles, international psychic and medium, based here in beautiful Devon in England, in the UK. And today we're going to find out for you what's next in your love life. What's coming up in your love life? This is 4 stacks of cards. Just count them. Do 1 more each. And I want to get you to pick a number now. This is number 1 for you. Number 2, 3 and 4. Use your intuition. Ask your friends. Phone a friend. Meditate. Pause the video if you want. But choose 1, 2, 3 or 4. Maybe your lucky number. So we'll get ready for number 1. If you chose number 1, this is for you coming up. What's next in your love life? And a special welcome to you if you're watching this all alone, if you're lonely. It does mean a lot to me that you make the effort to watch these videos. Right, interesting number 1. As always, I'll tell you the good stuff at the end, so stay with me because we do the negatives first. The negatives are that you're making hard work of this romantic sort of game you play, or if that's the right word. You're making things more difficult than they should be, which comes up quite a lot these days. It appears that you're being defensive, number 1, about how you give your heart, or you refuse to give your heart. There are a few negatives around your normal life that's affecting or may affect your future love life. There are some signs, number 1, that you're not taking care of yourself, that you may be overdoing it, or overdoing it with bad habits, or maybe drinking or smoking, something like that. You may just be taking on too much, and you may be taking on other people's problems. You're one of these type of sort of unpaid counsellors. Some of you may do it for a living, of course. But I don't think, number 1, that you've had it very easy recently. In fact, you probably haven't had it very easy for quite a while. That is about to change, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. You're shown to be, some of you are shown to be mums, mothers. Not all of you, of course. This won't resonate with all of you. Pick out for you what resonates for you and ignore the rest, or have a different reading with me. There's dozens on my channel. But there are signs that some of you are mums, mothers, good ones as well. But some of you can be a bit stern sometimes. That doesn't mean you're bad. It means that you mean business. When you say something, you mean it. It can come across the wrong way, as if you're a bit strict sometimes. But the younger ones amongst you, I feel, are making your love life more difficult than it should be in the coming months and weeks. However, there are good signs at the end of this. As I said, I'll tell you at the end. We do some oracle cards at the end as well. Some of you, number 1, have got some magic going on around you. This is very special. It came up the other day. It doesn't come up all the time. It means you're surrounded by magic. It means that you're not necessarily more intuitive than usual, because you're quite psychic as well, as everybody has some psychic ability. But I think there's lots of goings on around you that seem rather strange and mystical at the moment. You may have premonitions. You may see things that other people can't. You maybe experience a little bit of mediumship, or hearing things in your dreams that are coming through. But it's not more of a psychic thing, as I often describe. It's more of a magical thing. You feel that there's some higher energy in place, number 1. It may not have started yet, but it's going to soon. You can't really put your finger on it. You just feel that there's something magic going on, and there is. And I'll tell you why at the end. As it stands now, if you can stop making things hard for yourself, you will be better off. I think some of you are working too hard as well. If you're not working in a job, you may be working too hard at home or making life, as I said earlier, more difficult than it should be. So you need to chill out and calm down a bit. I don't see any problems. There's nothing here to scare you, or there's no warnings in this reading, number one. So let me tell you some of the good things. I mentioned at the beginning that you haven't had it easy recently. In fact, you may not have had it easy for years. I think you've sometimes let people go that maybe you shouldn't have done. Maybe you've lost lovers that you maybe shouldn't have done. Or maybe you've clung on to lovers that you shouldn't have done and you should have let them go. So you may have made a few bad decisions romantically. This reading is called What's Next in Your Love Life? So it's mainly about love. I do think your love life is affected by the amount of work you do. As I said, not necessarily at home, at work, could be at home. You may be taking on work for the family or helping people because that's the way your nature is. And you may be, as I put it, pushing water uphill and getting nowhere fast. I think you've got some spirit guides around you at this very moment. As I said, I often say, if you've been guided to watch this, number one, there will be a message in here for you somewhere. You may not resonate with all of it, but there will be a message for you in here. So stay with me. You have some excellent qualities. Some of you, number one, are capable of doing almost anything. So if you have dreams, follow them. You may have lost your self-confidence somewhere down the way, and it's time that you got it back, because you're capable of much more than you think you are. You can start a job that seems really hard, and at the end of it, towards the end of the job, it seems to fall into place like magic again. And suddenly you look at it, you stand back and think, I did that, it's pretty good. And you have these abilities to overcome adversity, number one. Not a gift that many people have. So you need to believe in that, believe in yourself. It's not absolutely everything, but most of the things that you take up, you are pretty good at and capable of doing. As I said, it won't be everything. So when a job looks too difficult for you, number one, remember what I said. You have special gifts. And you may start off puzzled by these jobs, maybe mending the cooker or putting a fuse in the iron or something like that. Bad examples, aren't they? But little jobs like that look as though you say to your friends, I can't possibly do that. And you can, and you will. Now, for some of the good stuff. As I said, if you haven't had it easy, the spirit world are making up for that because you are about to receive some karma, number one, which I always say we get around about twice a year. You've got some karma coming, number one, which means you're going to get repaid for the work you've done. You're going to get repaid for the struggles you've had. Maybe some of the nasty things that have gone on in your life. You're going to get paid back for that now. You earned some refund by the struggles you've had and maybe some real upsets in your life. I feel some of you have had some major upsets. You're about to get rewarded for that. You're about to get everything evening out. So karma will come. And if you've been good, you're going to get some good stuff. I always say, if you've been bad, you'll get bad. But there's no bad karma in this reading, number one. It does, however, mean, of course, that if people have been bad to you, then they are going to get their karma as well. So everybody around you, number one, is about to get what they deserve. I said there's a few special things here at the end, near the end. You have an admirer. Number one, you may have met him or her already, and they may not have told you. You may be about to meet them soon. This admirer may not make himself or herself known at first. So it's another one of these secret admirers, which people often get when they're a bit aloof. Or this admirer thinks, I've got no chance with her, she's too good for me. Or you give off signals that say, keep your distance, without realizing you're doing it. You may give off signals that say, keep away. Or you may be friendly, but you draw a line there and you won't allow yourself to fall in love. That, I think, number one, will change if you let it change. You can't force these things. But I think, number one, if you're not already in love, and a lot of you are not, I think, without being patronizing, number one, I think it's time that you were in love. I think you're ready for it. I think you're ready to fall in love and to give yourself to somebody, hook, line and sinker. I believe that you need to open up more, trust your inner vision, as I often say, trust your judgment, and allow yourself to get close to this person when they make themselves known. They may never make themselves known, but if you open up a bit more and look a bit more like you're not tied up, I won't say approachable because that's an insult to you, but you need to look as though people can get close to you, and you need to drop the stone image or keep away image. You may not be doing it on purpose, but there are elements of you that when someone looks at you, they think, no chance. She may be married, or he may be married already. Or you may be taken. You may belong to somebody else. And I don't think a lot of you do. So this person, this admirer, may be afraid to show you what they they fancy you, put it that way. They think you're rather special. So if you open up a bit more and be a little bit more light-hearted about love and romance, this person will make themselves known to you, and that could develop into something very, very special indeed. As I said, you may already know this person. They may have taken a shine to you already and you have no idea at all. Or they're about to come soon. I will tell you one thing. This person is not coming to you from Facebook, Twitter, or any Lonely Hearts Club or online dating. This is not the way this happens. If the spirit world pick a lover for you, they pick it and they plan it for you. And if you go on dating sites, you can ruin everything and never meet this person. So there's me lecturing you again. Don't go looking for love on dating sites, because you could meet the person that you shouldn't be meeting and spend 10 years in the wrong romance, and then you're 10 years older. It could be even more than that. Some people spend a lifetime with someone they shouldn't be with, and they can't easily, I won't say the word escape, but they can't always get out of it. So there's the message. Don't be going on if you can help it. I know people are lonely as well, but if the spirit world have a lover plan for you, number one, and they do, then don't look for it on dating sites. You could meet this person in the village shops, you could meet them in the local club, the cinema, you could meet them on the train or the bus, but you will meet this person if you haven't already done so. You heard it here first. So let's have a look, number one, summing up. Be less hard on yourself. Don't work too hard. Don't work too hard at romance when it starts either. Just let it flow. Go with the flow. It's nice. Enjoy it. Enjoy being you. Open up a bit more. Don't be daft and let any untrustworthy persons in, but open up a little bit more. Take care of yourself. I always say this, love yourself. Watch out for a secret admirer, and there is a man in this reading if you're a girl, and there's a woman in this reading if you're a woman. You may want someone of the same sex, but there's somebody coming to you who is almost as gifted as you are, number one. This is very, very special, and I think you're going to get rewards for all the rubbish you've had to put up with over the years. That is paying you back. I want to look at some oracle cards for you, number one, just to see if they confirm what I've been telling you, because you have to read these things. These are a gift from one of my clients, and so I have to use my bike for this, my long glasses. These have been shuffled, by the way. All of them. I'm not going to do them again. These will be left like this now. So your first card is an earth card. Trust your inner strength and reap the benefits. There you are. That's exactly what I told you. You have this magical ability to do things. It's unbelievable that I didn't know that card was there. Trust your inner strength. And you have the ability. You have abilities that you've lost faith in. You've lost faith in yourself, some of you. Lost confidence. Trust your inner strength and reap the benefits. You will reap the benefits. You will reap the rewards. I can see it in your eyes, number one. You know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm right. I can see you. Trust your inner strength. Trust your inner vision. Like the song says, You may not know that one if you're in the States. Let's have a look at the next one. This is an air card. What you are feeling, this comes up a lot actually, what you're feeling isn't fear, it's excitement, so embrace it. If you feel a bit scared of going forward because this magic is surrounding you, and it is, believe me, or it will be soon, don't be frightened of it. It's not fear, it's nervousness. It's excitement, so embrace it and go with it. That's what the card is saying. It's following exactly what I've been telling you, and I think some of this for you will be very, very positive indeed, but you need to look after yourself. We're doing 4 of these. There's another air card here. Have hope. You have the power to make that change. Now make it. Again, it's backing up what I've told you. Have hope. Look forward to the future. You have the power to make change, to make that change, sorry. Now make it. So if you need to change something, and I think it's the way you portray yourself as a bit standoffish, that's not an insult, it's because you're being careful. But maybe open up a little bit, make that change, you have the power, make it, and let yourself be a little bit more open. And I believe, number one, and I really mean this, that you, if you're not already of course, are going to fall in love soon. And I think if you want a proper reading, a full length reading on this, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can book me on there. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you, and they're very good. I choose them and I only pick the best, and they work for me, and they're the elite. One more card, a fire card. The moon. So can you see that from there? I don't know. It's very nice. The moon. You're embarking on a road that brings you joy and abundance. There you are. So it's all of those 4 oracle cards have backed up the reading that I told you with the tarot cards. The messages from Spirit are quite clear. Things are improving for you, number 1. You're embarking on a road that brings you to joy and abundance. Sorry, my eyes are playing up today. So I think, number 1, you've got a very good reading here. A bit slow to get going. You've got to be patient, and then things are going to change. Stop being hard on yourself. Stop trying too hard. If people don't like you, tough. They don't have to. You don't need it. You don't need fake people around you. The people that like you are genuine, and they will always be with you, even if you have bad days. Doesn't matter. We all have bad days. So try to love yourself, and I'll say that to nearly everybody. Thank you, number 1, for watching that, especially if you're watching alone or if you're lonely. That means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time. I upload videos nearly every 2 days if I can. So hope to catch you next time. Please subscribe and click the bell icon and share me with your friends. The main thing I want you to do is ask me some questions below, or make some comments. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me if it resonated with you. And I'll answer it. I'll answer all my comments. So thank you very much, number 1. See you in a bit, and we'll get ready now for number 2. Well, if you chose number 2, this one is for you. Thank you for staying with me, and I'll put the marks below, of course, so that you can find the number you want. You don't have to watch them all. My name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so, or consider doing so, and click the bell icon, and you'll get notified every time I upload a new reading, which is every 2 days usually. And this reading is called What's Next in Your Love Life? What's next coming up romantically for you? Are you sure you want to know? Let's find out. I'm going to tell you the good stuff at the end, number 2, so stay with me till the end, because I'm going to tell you the negatives first. And this will not apply to all of you. It's a general reading. Take in what resonates for you excuse me, and ignore the rest. Or pick one of my other readings. There's dozens on my channel. For a start off, number 2, the bad stuff. I will tell you the ending is good. I'll tell you straight away. It's not a bad reading at all. But there are some problems now. And one of them could be that some of you, of course, are in a triangle, a romantic triangle, as often depicted by the Three of Swords. Three of Swords, there you are, going through a little heart. This can mean that you're seeing somebody who's married, or you're married and you're seeing someone that you're being naughty with. It can also mean that your partner that you're in love with or about to fall in love with is not free and is taken, or she is taken. So if it's not happening yet, be aware, number 2, that you could be entering a lover's triangle. Not always recommended, of course, but some people like it. Some people are already in it. Some of you may be waiting for your partner to get divorced or to leave his wife or her husband. Some of you may be in a romance where your partner is waiting for you to leave your husband or wife, and I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but that's the way this reading looks. And I believe that that is making you, not surprisingly, really a bit annoyed and stressed and uptight. I hope they're the right words. Some of you will know what I mean. As I said, not all of you, so don't think it applies to everyone. But some of you are in triangles, 3 people in a romance, and some of you are approaching that. Now, a triangle, as I often mention, can also mean that you're not being betrayed at all, but somebody is causing trouble. It could be your boyfriend's sister or his ex-girlfriend. It could be your mother-in-law or a mother-in-law type of person if you're not married. It could be his mum or her mum. Somebody could be winding things up for you, number 2, in the background, if it's not another woman or another man. So it could be your parents don't approve of him or her. It could be his parents or her parents don't approve of you. It could be religious problems, or they may just not like you very much for some reason. I don't know why, because you're shown to be a very nice person, number 2, and I'm not patronising you. But the triangle here concerns me. As I said, there's good stuff at the end, so stay with me. There are also some interesting things here about a person from your past. Is your lover from your past, I wonder? Or are you considering going back to an ex? Usually, I say no, it's not a good idea. Excuse me, I'm going to sip. Bit of water there. It's not normally a good idea to go backwards in a romantic situation, but this time, that could be an exception. There could be an exception to this, because I see you reminiscing about the past. Some of you, I keep repeating, not all of you. So you may be about to meet, or you may have just met, someone you knew many years ago and may have been in love with many years ago. It's very romantic reading, this. I love these romantic readings. A bit like a Mills and Boon novel, or whatever they call them. So at the moment, you seem to be, some of you, number 2, in a bit of a pause situation, where things have come to a stop, or they appear to have done, although they may not have done. You may be pausing for breath, you may be pausing between lovers and having a bit of a break from romance because you're fed up with it, or you may be having a bit of a break from romance because other things are taking over, like your career maybe, or children if you have them. But some of you are going into a pause where romantically not a lot is happening, and some of you are heading towards a triangle, as I said. I think your inner character, number 2, will carry you through this. You've got some good communication skills, if that's the right word. You're good at dealing with romance, although romance isn't always good at dealing with you. I think if your friends ask you for help with their love life, you're brilliant at it, you're excellent at it. They come to you all the time, and you put things right for them, or tell them what they're doing wrong, or tell them to leave this person or that person if they're being badly treated. But you're not too good at it yourself, is quite often the case. You're good at helping everybody else because you have this inner ability to be strong for them, and you need to be strong for yourself. And if you are seeing someone from the past, it may not be without the odd hiccup. Going backwards, as I said, is often frowned upon by the spirit world, because as far as spirit is concerned, it didn't work for you way back then, so why should it work now? But this may be the exception to that rule. Nothing to do with love, number 2, but there's some money coming your way. Well, it could be to do with love, because you may meet someone who's rich, but there's money coming your way soon. It's a lump sum of money that I believe you need to look after. you need to keep it. Put it under the mattress or something. Not easy if you've got a waterbed, by the way. Put it somewhere safe. I'm only joking, of course. But if money comes your way, try and sit on it for a bit, because you may need it later on, and you may wish you had kept it if you don't. Having said that, I said there was good stuff in the reading. I've got to say that there could be two lots of money coming. It's not a certainty, but for some of you, there may be two sums of money coming, but they may also require you to start things again. You'll know what I mean. I'm getting messages from Spirit that if you get money coming, if you get a second sum of money coming, it may involve you to change things. And that will be linked to your love life. This is about love. The reading is called What's Next in Your Love Life. So money and love are tied together here. I can't understand it all for all of you, a lot of you out there. But a lot of you will find out that new money will mean new beginnings. It can mean, of course, a new job. It can mean, of course, that your present employer is changing the way you work or giving you some different things to do, some different things that you're good at. So it may be an increase in salary, which of course can also mean a promotion. And then a different subject again, promotion will always mean that you've got more work to do as well, more responsibilities. So some of you, number 2, are animal lovers, and that's good, because people that like animals are quite often kind, considerate and caring. You may have a cat or a dog or something. Watch out for this person from the past. Watch out for triangles that you do not need to enter. If you're already in one, I can't say get out of it, because you can't always do that. If it's mother-in-law that's causing trouble, you can't always escape it. But try not to let other people spoil things, number 2. If there's another woman or another man, you may not know about it. But I'm telling you now to be aware that it could happen. It could happen soon if it isn't happening now. And if you're the person doing the naughtiness, seeing 2 people at once, I can only advise you that you need to pick one of the 2. Which one do you want the most? And then you need to be sure that you don't hurt one of them. It's all very complicated, but very Mills and Boon. You probably haven't heard of that if you're in America, but a romantic novel. This is like a romantic novel to me, and it's exciting, but I think some of you, number 2, are going back to an ex-lover, and some of you, number 2, are about to start something new, and that can mean a new lover as well. It could be someone brand new. That would be someone you haven't met in the past, heading your way soon. You're waiting, you're patient, and you need to be patient if that's your case. As I said, it won't apply to all of you. You're going to need your inner strength and all of your powers of perseverance, because you've got the willpower and the ability to go forward and be happy. It's not preordained in this reading that you'll be happy, because there may be outside interference. But if you can get rid of that and move forwards, you're on the way there. And if you want a proper reading with me on your own, on the telephone, from anywhere in the world, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. You can book me on my website. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you, and they're brilliant because I pick them and I only choose the best. So that's davidcharlespsychic.com. And you'll enjoy the website, it's quite fun. Now then, what I want to do now, number 2, is to pick some oracle cards. These have all been shuffled. They're shuffled once and then we pick them. Just to see if they back up what I've been telling you. Or they tell me something different. You have to read these. And of course, I've left my glasses. Well, let's try and read them without. 1 second. Back we go. Right, number 2. This is an earth card. This says to me, sorry, put your own needs first for a change, and things will become more clear. As I said, it's backing up what I said, because it's saying to me about you helping other people. You're good at counselling other people. It may not be the word you think of, but you're good at advising other people, number 2. And the card here, the oracle card, is saying to you, try and put your own needs first for a change. Think of yourself for one. Be a bit selfish. That's the wrong word, of course, but put your own needs first for a change, and things will become more clear. this kind of romantic story we have here is quite complex because of the third party involvement and the person possibly from the past. So put your own needs first and it will become clear. Okay? I hope you're with me. Let's try the second one. It's another air card. The divine is guiding you in your dreams. Are you listening? Now that tells me, number 2, that you're having psychic dreams. I always say that 7 out of 10 dreams are psychological, like Freudian. They're very important. Don't think they're not, because they are. But 2 or 3 out of 10 dreams will be psychic. And psychic dreams, number 2, are often repeated. If you're having repetitive dreams, it means that your spirit guides are trying to get messages through and you're just not getting it, so they keep repeating it in your dreams. Now these dreams may come to you as computer coded almost, you don't know what they mean, but if you take a note of them, maybe write them down, repetitive dreams, the meaning may come to you in the days that follow. You may be washing the dishes or getting the vacuum cleaner out, but the meanings of the dreams will come, especially if you write them down. You may also find, number 2, that you're having daydreams. Again, you may be doing the housework and having lovely daydreams about romance and love. And these daydreams can turn into premonitions. So, let's reword it again. The divine is guiding you in your dreams. Are you listening? Listen to your dreams. They are so special, so important. Scientists have been studying for hundreds of years, and people like that, to work out what dreams mean. And it's quite straightforward. Most of the dreams you have are psychological messages, but 2 or 3 out of 10 are psychic, especially if you've got a bit of psychic ability, number 2. Let's try your third one. We've got 4 of these for you. This is a water card. This one says, you're more powerful than you realise, what I said to you. It's safe for you to be powerful. So you have strength, as I said. You have strength. And there it is, the strength card. Let's show you that. From the Major Arcana, the lady there with strength. It doesn't just mean that, of course. A card can only mean certain things depending on the cards that surround it and the situation. But this card is saying exactly what I told you. You've got strength. You're more powerful than you realise. It is safe for you to be powerful. So use the strength that you have when you're advising people and use it for yourself. Give yourself a break and realise how strong you are, and things will become clear for you. Last one, another water card. Excuse me. What does this one say? Things not turning out how you had hoped. Try to see the positives in the situation. If things don't turn out how you thought or you hoped they would, that's probably why you're watching this. Try to see the positives in the situation, because there will be some. And this overall reading, number 3, sorry, 2, I'll get it right in a minute, I'm thinking of 4 cards. This overall reading, this 4th card, things not turning out how you'd hoped, try to see the positives in the situation. There are positives. You're nearly always an upbeat person, you're quite optimistic, so don't let pessimism get to you. See the positives in your situation. See the positives in this reading, and love will be yours. The question is, what does love coming next, what love holds for you next, and it's good. So thank you for watching that, especially if you're watching alone or you're lonely. It does mean a lot to me. As I said before, if you want a proper reading with me, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. And that's, if I'm not free on my website, you can book one of my team that work for me, and they're very good because I choose them and I only choose the best. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and click the bell icon for me, and tell your friends, and click like if you want that thumbs up thing. And if you make some comments below down there, I will answer them, all of them, always. Any questions about this reading, ask me and I'll tell you the answer. And tell me if it resonated with you or if it didn't. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. I release videos usually every 2 days. So have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for being with me, for coming to my home in beautiful North Devon in England. And hope to see you soon, number 2. And we'll get ready now for number 3. Well, if you chose number 3, thank you for waiting for me, and or going along to the dots beneath. This is for you, number 3. What does love have for you next? What's in store for your love life soon? What's next in your love life? Do you really want to know? Let's find out. Right. Let me tell you the good stuff at the end. I'll tell you the tricky stuff at the beginning, and keep the best till the very end. So stay with me, number 3. Hope you don't mind me calling you number 3. I don't know what your name is, but as I keep saying, this won't resonate with all of you. It's a general reading. Take in what feels right and ignore the rest, or pick a different reading. There's dozens of them on my channel. Right, first of all, the negatives indicate stress, which hasn't come up so much today because it comes up in almost every reading. Stress, number 3. This means that you're probably, I don't think it's physical stress, I think it's the way you're feeling. I think you're taking on a lot of emotional stuff at the moment, and it's making you stressed. I think your work situation has been bad. That's improving, by the way. I think your work situation has been causing you some worry and stress, and I think your work situation, number 3, has interfered with your love life, which is quite common, I know. But I think your work situation is so promising that you've got to look after it. Most of you. I keep saying not all of you. I think you're a person who, when falls in love, I think you're solid, I think you're dependable, and the person who catches you will be a very lucky person indeed, he or she, if you haven't already found one. But there are some question marks here. I'm picking up kids for some of you. I'm picking up happiness with children, so they're not bad kids. It may be yours, it may be the person you're meeting or the person you're seeing. There may be a couple of kids or maybe more than that. But there's children here, there's movement here in the reading, there are new beginnings in the reading, very exciting reading. I'm struggling to find bad things here, number 3. I think you're a solid, reliable person. Some of you travel a lot, and some of you have a partner or lover who travels a lot. Maybe not with you yet, but they're coming. I think success will be yours in love. I really believe that. I said I'd tell you the best stuff at the end, but there's no bad things to tell you really, which is really suiting me. But there are pregnancies in some of these readings, for some of you. There's improvement with work. There's a sort of plodding approach to things. Some of you may be with a person who's a bit of a plodder, like yourself, reliable. If they say they're going to ring you at 8 o'clock, they will. But they sort of plod along and they may be a bit staid in their ways. You may have a man like that around you. And some people wouldn't like that, but I think you do. You like someone who's like yourself. Reliable, committed and trustworthy, even though they're a bit predictable. There is a problem in the reading. If there is a problem in the reading, it's that you have soon to make some choices because you're approaching what I always call a crossroads in your love life. A bit like when you're in the car, but it's in your love life. You can go left, you can go right or straight ahead, but you cannot and must not go backwards. That happened in number 2's reading when they could go backwards. But this one, the spirit world is saying to you, do not go backwards to an old lover. You can be friends with an old lover, but don't go back into a romance that didn't work the first time and won't work the second time. Now, a crossroads can mean a few things. It can mean a brand new lover for you, number 3. A brand new lover. It can mean 2 lovers and you have to choose one. And you can only have one, you can't have both. And sometimes, number 3, it can mean that you think you're in love when you're not. It's just infatuation or lust or an obsession sometimes. You can feel you're in love with someone, it's not real, because you're probably lonely or something like that. And I say a special welcome to you if you're watching this on your own. I always say that, if you're lonely especially. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos, because I think about you a lot if you're lonely. Not a good thing to be. However, you may not be lonely for long. I think some of you are going to receive a romantic offer. Some of you have romantic offers linked to your career. Not all of you, but it may be someone at work that quite likes you. And you may already know about it, number 3. I'm looking into your eyes. I think some of you know about that already. Somebody at work may quite fancy you, or you may have someone at work that you'd quite like. If they're not at work, they may be linked to your earthly life, the way you proceed with your proper life, not the love and romance, the earthly stuff, the work type of thing. I think once you've gone through the crossroads and dealt with this three possibilities, a new lover, two lovers, or someone from the past, once you've dealt with that, you're going to start all over again. There are brand new beginnings here for you, and they're very exciting. I think you'll find that even in the depths of winter, it will be like the sun is shining on you. So I love doing readings that are positive. I hate doing readings that are bad. And this one, number 3, is positive all the way through. Some of you, number 3, are learning something, studying. And that may also be linked to your love life. This reading is called What's Next? What's your love life got to show you next? What's next in your love life? And some of you are in some kind of education. You may be students, you may be mature students, or you may be the teachers. But education comes through the reading, number 3. Excuse me. A drop of water there. So, new beginnings. Some of you are moving. As I said, that movement will bring happiness, particularly if it involves children. Some of you may be moving house, number 3. Some of you may be moving in with a lover. Some of you may be moving out, but I doubt it because the reading's too positive. The spirit world tell me that any movement for you is happy, especially if it involves children. If you're moving to the country, or moving into another country even, to a different country, emigrating. There's good stuff here. There's good stuff around your work, which is linked to your love in some cases. And if you're studying, if you're learning something new, or teaching, if you're involved with anything to do with education, things look very, very positive. I can't find any bad stuff here, except that you may be under stress with your thoughts, not with your, I don't think it's physical stress, as I said. And stress may be aggravated by a contact from an ex from the past. You don't really need it. Even if you convince yourself that you do, the spirit world are saying to me, for most of you, that you shouldn't be going backwards into an old romance. I think it will bring unhappiness, and it will prevent you moving on to where you should be in your love life, because things are very, very promising. For some of you, as I said, number 3, brand new love is coming. For some of you, number 3, brand new life is coming. You're changing dramatically for the better within the next few weeks and months, and I think it's fantastic. If you want clarity on this, have a full length reading with me on the telephone from anywhere in the world. My website is called davidcharlespsychic.com. And if you go there, you can book me on there. And if I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you. And they're good. I only pick the best. If they work for me, they've got to be good. My team are the elite. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Have a look. You'll love the website, I hope. So, if you're competing for love with somebody else, so 2 of you are after the same person, which is quite funny, quite fun, I should say, I believe, number 3, you will be the winner. If there's 2 girls out there and you and your friend after the same chap or girl, if there's a competition, put it that way, for a love affair, you have the ability to win the competition. So you may be looking at a man or a woman who's very popular and everybody wants them. Everybody fancies them, everybody wants to be with them. And I believe, number 3, that you will be the winner. You will be the victor in any competition. That applies to other things in your life as well, but this is a love reading. But if you're competing at work, you'll win. If you're after promotion and 6 other people want the job, you'll be the one that gets it. That's how good this reading is. You've got choices to make. You've got decisions to make about love. You've got choices to make about movement if you're going to move house. It's all about timing. Life is about timing. If you're going to move house, number 3, this is good timing. It may not be the same in 6 months from now, but at the moment, the timing for you is excellent. Don't be afraid of it. If you're studying new things, it will come into you easily. Sometimes when you're learning stuff and you're thinking about nothing but your love life all day, it's difficult to take in things. But you're good at that. Number 3, any studying you do, I believe, will bring success. So if you're thinking of going on a new course or an evening classes or something like that, great timing for that as well. Now, what I want to do for you is look at some of these oracle cards, which were shuffled before we started any of this, excuse me, just to see if they back up what I've been telling you. Just have a sip of water. The first one is an earth card. Get the specs this time. I forgot them last time. Let's have a look what it says on it. You have to read these. Give yourself permission to heal and it will come. There you are. If you're hurting from an old romance, from someone from the past, give yourself permission to heal. Be kind to yourself. This means it's agreeing with what I said about stress. Lower your levels of stress, number 3. Whatever you do to relax, do it. If you go for walks, do it. If you get in your jacuzzi, do that. But lower your stress levels, and that will help you sleep better. It will help you with your emotional stress. As I keep saying, I don't think it's physical. I think it's mainly emotional stress, which means you may be worrying unnecessarily about things, which is not always a good idea. But that's what the card is saying. I have to read these with these specs. Give yourself permission to heal and it will come. You will feel better. Number 3. Let's take a look at the next one. Air card. It says here, distract yourself with the creative pursuit and the inspiration you seek will find you. Distract yourself with the creative pursuit. As I said, this is telling you again to lower your stress levels. Do something inspirational. As I said, you may be learning new things. Go into that. Do something creative to take your mind off your worries and everything will fall into place. These oracle cards are agreeing with what I've told you. The inspiration you seek will find you. You won't find it, it will find you. If you're looking for inspiration, for learning, for moving, for choosing your lover out of possibly 2 lovers, then distract yourself with something creative, photography maybe, or art, whatever it is you like to do, and then this inspiration will come to you. Hope you're with me, number 3. Let's take a look at the next one, an earth card. Let's have a look. Crystals. Visualization will help you to heal. See your body bathed in a glow. This is about, can you see that? A crystal there being held up, an earth card. Visualization will help you to heal. If you're good at art, you'll be good at visualization. See your body bathed in a glow. Imagine, if you can lay on the couch, maybe close your eyes and imagine the warmth of the sun, or lay in the sun if you can, and see your body bathed in a glow. This will all help things to come together for you, number 3. All of these cards are saying to me that the spirit world are attempting to soothe you. I won't use the word heal. I think they're attempting to bring you some soothing and comfort. I think the spirit world are caressing you. They're holding you like they care for you. They're giving you a hug. So feel it. Let it happen. Don't fear it. This is a wonderful reading. One more card for you. Another air card. Can you see the thunder and lightning there? You can probably just focus it there. I don't know. This card is saying let go of negatives. Hence the lightning. Let go of negative people in your life. They don't deserve your effort. I always say to people, if you're surrounded by negative people, they can't help it, but they may bring you down. You can't always escape them. You may be married to one of them. If you're mixing with negative people, either remove them if you can, without hurting them, of course, or be careful that they're not bringing you down. You have to be more positive than they are. If you're positive with negative people, sometimes it can rub off on them and they can change the way they approach things without you trying. If they see that you're positive and optimistic, they can be the same. So surround yourself with positive people and remove the negatives if you can. As it says on the card, they don't deserve your effort. You may be working too hard with people that are negative and you'll just bang your head against the wall because you'll get nowhere fast. So I think, number 3, this is excellent for you, and I'm so pleased that you stayed with me to the end. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. click the bell icon, and please give me the thumbs up below the like button. And if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, which is every 2 days usually. And if you want a lengthy reading with me on the phone, a full length reading with just me from anywhere in the world, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. And that's my website. And if I'm not free, one of my team that work for me will help you, and they're very good because I only pick the best. They have to be good to get in my team. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Please comment below, down there, and I'll answer every one. If you want to ask me some questions about this, do so. If you want to email me on the website in private, do that, and I'll answer the questions for you. So thank you so much for watching number 3, and I'll catch you later, and I'll get ready now for number 4. Take care. If you chose number 4, this one's for you. Thank you for waiting for me, or for going along the dots at the bottom. Timestamps, I think they're called. This is number 4, and if you chose this one, it's called What's Next in Your Love Life? What's next in your love life? Let's have a look. I'm going to tell you the bad stuff at the beginning and the real good stuff at the end, so stay with me till the end for the surprising, brilliant finish, because this reading is good. There are some hiccups. As far as your love life goes, there is somebody around you, number 4, who can't be trusted. Could be a friend, could be your lover. Before I go on, I'll say thank you to you for watching this, especially if you're alone or lonely. It means a lot to me. My name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. This is your reading called What's Next in Your Love Life, number 4. And somebody around you, either now or in the next few weeks, you've got to be careful of, because they're not trustworthy and you've been let down in the past, so watch out for that. 1 or 2 of you, number 4, are seeking out professional help for some niggling problem. You may have a bad back or something. Nothing serious, but there could be some problem you need help with from a caring person. It could be a dentist, could be an osteopath or a chiropodist, but you may seek help. It could be the local vicar, I suppose. You may seek help from somebody who works in a caring profession. That's nothing to do with your love life, but it could stop you seeing your lover as often as you want to for the moment. So it is, I suppose it is a way to do your love life as well. You have a competitor, I believe, a lady. If you're a man, it will be a man, but I think most of you, number 4, watching this are ladies at the moment. And you have a competitor who is very strong and very, not self-centered, but strong and knows where she's going and knows what she wants. She may be heading for the same lover that you're looking at. So you may have a competitor. Doesn't mean she's a bad person, or he, it could be a man. But they are interested in the same person as you, possibly. This reading won't resonate with all of you, of course. It's a general reading. So take in what resonates and ignore the rest, or have a different reading off my channel. There's dozens of them to choose from. At the moment, I'm telling you the bad stuff first. You've got some issues with sleep problems. Some of you, number 4, I see you lying awake at night with just your worries to company. I think some of you are going to bed too late as well, and you may be fretting over something to do with your love life that's not going quite right at the moment. Some of you. However, there are some good things. Some of you have a competitor after the same lover that may be linked to your work, by the way, I should say. I think some of you, as we had earlier in one of the readings, are thinking of moving house, or moving location, or moving job. There's movement in this reading, number 4. The movement is happy, so don't fear it. If you're moving jobs, it should be good. If you're moving house, it should be good. If it's a holiday, it should be fine. But you may be moving lovers. You may be changing from one lover to another. Movement, of course, can mean moving in with somebody, or somebody moving in with you. But it looks to me as though you may be thinking of moving in with someone, or moving your job. Some kind of movement here is very, very positive. The movement should bring great happiness. Maybe not straight away, but happiness is predicted. You have, number 4, the first one of these 4 readings, a lot of psychic ability. And I think you can read people normally just by looking at them. Your spirit guides have got you to watch this reading today, so there will be a message in here for you somewhere. It's a timeless reading, so you can watch it the day I film it or 10 years later, but this reading will apply when you find it. Any day, it could be a year from now. So your spirit guides want you to watch this reading now. You chose this pack of cards. This is a message for you, messages for you. You have a friend who you can trust, who is reliable. She, I think it's a girl if you're a girl. If you're a man, it'll be a chap. But this lady appears to be solid, dependable, and good with secrets. She's also good at listening and giving you guidance that you may not want to hear. She may say things that you don't like, that you're maybe with it. She may think you're with the wrong lover. But there's no Romeo and Juliet scenario here. It doesn't look like you're going riding off into the sunset on a white horse. But I always say Romeo and Juliet both got killed anyway, didn't they? However, movement is good. Watch out who you trust. You've been let down in the past. There are people around you who can't trust, well, at least one, coming your way soon. They could be linked to your lover. They could be linked to your career. But just be careful. Don't be paranoid. Your psychic ability, number 4, is very important at the moment. It's always important. But normally you can do psychic readings by looking at other people. It's very difficult to do it for yourself. But at the moment, you're picking up messages about yourself, number 4. And I think most of the messages you're picking up are positive and they're accurate. So take notice of them. Excuse me, having some water. So number 4, some of you are lovers of water, the sea, possibly. Some of you may live by the coast, or the movement I'm picking up could be movement to the coast. You may move for a holiday by the sea, or some of you may have a dream to go and live by the sea. If that's the case, then you need to follow it. That's why I'm here in North Devon, in beautiful Devon in the UK. One of the most beautiful parts of England. And if you've got a desire to move to the sea, number 4, try and make it happen. Maybe not straight away, but eventually it should be part of your plan. Everybody would like to move by the sea, of course. Well, most people. But for number 4, for some of you, it's been a lifelong dream. And I think eventually you will make it happen. I don't think it will happen on its own. I think you'll have to make it happen. And that will enhance your love life. This reading's about love. Where is your love life going? What's happening next? So it appears to me that the spirit world are going to give you something you've always wanted as far as love is concerned. If you're already with a lover, that will mean usually that they're bringing you happiness, contentment, and love. And love that is returned. It's oh so common in these readings to see that somebody gives out love and never gets any back. And sometimes the other way around, they get love in and don't give any out. The love I got coming your way soon, if not already, number 4, is that your love life will be balanced out. You'll give out love and you'll get some back. This is not a complicated reading, but I think a lot of it you already know. I think a lot of it is common knowledge for you because you've been hurt in the past. I can see that. And you're fed up with it. And you've been let down in the past as well. Not necessarily just with lovers, with maybe work colleagues, maybe family members. But you've been let down in the past. If there's anything niggling you physically or emotionally, medically wise, please get it checked out. Nothing serious, I don't think. But if you've hurt your back or anything, or you've got a bit of a cold, look after yourself. That's the message here. There's no disasters in this reading, and that's a fact. That's something I can assure you of. 1 or 2 of you have a friend who is a single parent. She has motherhood written all over. The kids may be grown up, she may not be young, but she also is someone you can trust. So it's not about everybody you can't trust. It's just one person I think you've got to be careful of. I believe that the spirit world have got you to watch this today, number 4, because they're about to give you something very, very special indeed, and it's to do with love. I can't tell you exactly what it is. It could be a brand new lover, or it could be a rekindling of an existing love. So things are getting stronger and you're falling in love, maybe all over again. You're looking into each other's eyes with love. instead of with familiarity, when some people become like brothers and sisters. But there's nothing wrong with this reading, number 4. If you're thinking of moving for a holiday, move. If you're thinking of changing your job, do it, move. Anything to do with movement is good. Anything to do with pairs is good. You and a man, you and a lady. It could be you and a girlfriend going off for a weekend away somewhere, maybe a hen party or something. But this is a very, very positive reading. I think your dreams are coming true, number 4, and they're coming true sooner than you think. I've got 4 readings here today, and they've all been good, because sometimes these readings can be a bit negative, but you have to tell people the truth. What I want to do now, number 4, is check what the oracle cards say, see if they agree with what I've been telling you. These were shuffled before we started any of these readings, and I haven't touched them since, except for each reading. So your first card is an air card, written on it, you see. See if it backs up what I've said. Each thought leaves an echo. Keep yours positive. Keep your positive only from now on. So each thought leaves an echo. Keep your thoughts positive only from now on. So the cards of the oracle are telling you to be positive, to think positive, and stay positive. This has come up in the previous readings, similar to this, to get rid of negativity. I don't think you're surrounded by negative people, number 4, but you need to keep your thoughts positive. It's a message from the Spirit. It's coming over the oracle cards. If you're thinking about the future and it's depressing you or bringing you down, you need to stop that because it looks good. So remember my motto. I'll tell you that at the end. But you've got some beauty here as well, number 4. So some of you have beauty in your soul, in your heart, in your looks, in your eyes. The men and the ladies, beauty is not just a lady thing. You can have beauty in your heart and still be a bloke. 6'4" and macho, but you can still have beauty inside you. And some of you, number 4, have got that. And that is not patronizing you. It's in this reading. So good. It's fantastic. Let's take a look at the, this is an earth card. Do 4 of these. Help is coming. You just need to ask for it. That card comes out a lot. Help is coming. You just need to ask for it. Remember the friend I said that you had that is really good, trustworthy, good at talking to people? She may be the one who can help you with your problems. Obviously, I don't know all of your problems. There's lots of you out there. And this reading won't apply to all of you. But if you want a full reading with me, number 4, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. And you can book me on there from anywhere in the world, and I'll read for you on the phone. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you. And they're the best because I choose them and I only have the best. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Take a look. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I bring out new videos, which is every 2 days usually. Let's take a look at your third card, another air card. This one is telling me the answer is near. You just need to look a little closer to home. The answer is near. You need to look a little closer to home. It means that you have possibly things that you're searching for, and you may be searching where you shouldn't. The answer may be right under your nose. So, don't look beyond hundreds of miles away. Don't look beyond 2 years away. The answer is right under your nose. It may be here in this reading, but the answer is there for you, number 4. The answer is near. You just look a little closer to home. It's staring you in the face. Hope you get that, number 4. Let's take a look at your last one, the 4th oracle card. This is another air card. Meditate on your decision and the right answer will come to you. Trust it. So meditate. If you're thinking of a big decision like moving, like I said, or anything big, I mean big, meditate on it. If you can do that, totally relax, almost like self-hypnosis, and the answers will come to you. Meditate on your decision and the right answers will come to you. Trust it. So I did say you're quite psychic, quite spiritual, and you need to trust the answers that come to you, number 4. Trust yourself, like the song again, trust your inner vision. The answers are there, number 4. This is a very, they've all been today, It's getting dark now, but they've all been positive readings. And number 4, I think you've got some really, really good stuff coming. The spirit world are about to give you something that you've wanted for a long, long time, maybe since you were a little baby child or a toddler, and it's coming soon. So welcome it with open arms. Your love life to me looks good. I can't detail everything because it's a general reading, but to me, number 4, your love life looks positive and certainly as good as it's been in the past, and probably an awful lot better. As I said, if you want a full reading, davidcharlespsychic.com. Please comment below. If you want to ask any questions about this, put them below and I'll answer them for you. If you want a private answer, email me. The address is on my website. And please subscribe. It's important that you ask questions because I can always answer them for you. And click the like button for me if you would, if you liked it. And tell me anything down below that resonated with you. And a special thank you if you watch this all alone or you're lonely. It does mean a lot to me that you take the trouble to watch my videos. Thank you. It's been lovely talking to you, number 4, and all of you. I'll tell you my motto again before we go. Think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And of course, I love every single one of you. See you soon. Catch you later. Bye-bye.